This is going to be group stage play for the first day and a half, all trying to get through to the knockout stages. Races to 6, no match clock in play. And Tony Holgate joins myself on commentary. Tony, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Simon. Yep, here we are at the very, very start. Opening group match, Jaden Billingham taking on the Bear from Ireland, Ben Doyle. And it will be young Jaden Billingham, cue ball in hand, anywhere behind the line, with a pretty open opening frame. Reds very nicely placed.
It's really, for me, I'm excited to see what Jaden delivers in this tournament. Obviously, a huge, huge moment, what, 4 or 5 weeks ago, winning his first professional title at the Pro Series. I think many people were expecting him to win, but to win as a teenager,
yeah,
so incredible.
Yeah, when he first turned professional, we all knew he was coming under the radar there. Well, he wasn't really under the radar as a junior international, and the precocious talent that he's been. It was like, when is he going to win his first pro title? We didn't think it would come quite that quickly, but he's certainly adapted to being a professional. Well, it's just seamless the way he's come into the game, and he's fearless. He rarely misses, and well, he's going to be around for a very, very long time at the top of this game.
He's got every chance to go and win as whatever he wants to win, isn't he? He only missed that one though. Rattles its way in, but he has such a great all-round game, just natural patterns, sees the puzzle really, really well. Great temperament for
yeah, that always looks very unflustered, and you know,
absolutely.
Just almost casual. But I think when he first turned professional, you got the feeling through the rest of the pros, you know, that they knew that they didn't want to draw him in these early rounds because he's unseeded, and thinking, I don't want him, because they know how good he is. You know, a lot of the other pros that come in, when, you know, their first year, think, oh, I don't mind taking him on. It's a new thing for them, and he might be a bit edgy. Not this fella.
No, absolutely. He's got it all, and he's only going to get better and better as the year goes on. He's got stronger and stronger, and he's put together some performances, started running deep, and then the big breakthrough win at the last Pro Series. And he starts beautifully here against Ben Doyle, and made light work of that reverse clearance.
Yeah, and that's Ben Doyle's big weapon there, just been dismantled as well with his break.
Yeah, huge weapon for Ben, not on this occasion. So as I said at the start, group stages, so we have 16 groups here, and everybody trying to battle their way into the top 3 from 6 will make it through to the knockout stages. First place will go straight through to the last 32. Seconds and thirds will play off to get themselves into the last 32. So first thing, get in the top 3, and then get yourself top of the group. And Jaden returns the favour here for Ben Doyle and goes straight in off. While Ben, that's very unfortunate on this occasion, actually left a messy-ish layout. But just to round out the group here, this is group 16. Therefore, it has the number 2 seed Declan Brennan in it. This is actually a very tough group. It'll be interesting to see who comes through from this one. Declan Brennan, Josh Duaz, Anthony Morris, one of the qualifiers, Jaden Billingham Ben Doyle, and then Anthony Stenhouse, another qualifier.
That's a bloodbath. Yeah,
2 qualifiers, but the 4 professionals there. Obviously, Declan Brennan's the number 2 winner this year. Won plenty over a period of time now, and Josh Duaz is having a great year.
Well, that's what I was going to say. He's having the best year he's ever had as a professional.
And then you've got Jaden, who's
the curse of Tom Cousins, that is.
Exactly, and then you've got Jaden, and then Ben Doyle, who is a huge talent coming out of Ireland in his mid-20s now. But ever since I first saw him play as a 23-year-old in person out in Ireland at the World Championships, you just knew he had something.
I think if you look over the last couple of years in the international team, he's probably got the top average out of the Irish players, and you've got Stevie Dempsey in there. This lad Ben is incredible.
Yeah, I think as long as he's going to turn this one up.
Ooh.
Not the best of safety. He's decided not to keep going. As long as Ben just keeps his head and doesn't get too, because playing in the pro game is tough because you have to deal with tough runs and poor defeats and the fact you're playing great players all the time. If he keeps his head and just keeps his composure, I think Ben's got all the potential in the world to go and do some serious damage at the pro game. So the top 4 players in this group are, you know, you would say 3 from 4, but we also know qualifiers can also play as well.
Yeah.
So there's no guarantees for any of our pros here, but
well, that's the thing. They've qualified. You know, they've played their way to get here. It's not as if they can't play. And there's a couple of familiar faces that aren't pros that have qualified. That we generally see in these tournaments, because they're like pros. You know, their standard is very high indeed. So you can't take them for granted. And I mean, like you say, you look at this group and one of these pros, at least one of these pros, is not going to make it through to the main event.
Beautiful safety that from Jaden. It was a little unfortunate with the breakout. He just shaved past one yellow, actually opened up the other, but if he'd got the quarter ball contact on the bottom yellow, he had every chance to open up both. It didn't work out for him, but it's one of the reasons why he's so good. He's got the B side of the game as well. Good shot from Ben. Great result as well.
Yeah, it's an unusual one. You look at Jaden Billingham, and normally the young players that come through, they've burst in, they're all guns blazing, potting, and they learn the safety game as they turn professional against the top pros who've got that knowledge, but he's already got it.
Yeah, I think
which is unusual.
I think it's a really fair point. I think that you see so many talented players come through, and they can pop them from lampshades, and they can make these miracle clearances, and they're eye-catching. Jaden can make the game look simple and easy, and he's got the tactical side of it. That's what separates him from a lot of his age group peers, for me.
He plays like a 30-year-old with the brain of a 30-year-old that's been playing.
I didn't play like that when I was 30, Tony, I'll be honest with you.
We didn't play like that ever.
No, exactly. That's my point.
No, he plays with so much knowledge for such a young fella.
What the win at the last event has also done for Jaden is vaulted him up to the top of the first year professional rankings. If there is such a battle going on between him and John Chambers, it's one we're certainly going to keep an eye on. The two of them have both been fabulous this year. And, he's just pipping him now on the rankings.
Yeah, John's a great player to watch and a great guy as well. Very bubbly, smiley character is John. I'm sure we'll see plenty of him this weekend. So Ben now wants to kick these reds apart here that are behind the yellow. He's got one out, and I think he's going to be forced to play a double with the other one. He's on it now. You've got to throw everything at this. It will go past the yellow into the left-hand centre. And he's just pretty much got to stop the white where it is, and he'll have a long red into the top left to continue. So basically everything on this shot.
Yeah, let's let him play this shot, and then I'll jump back on the point you just made. And it hasn't dropped in it. A little bit awkward, and it's left the frame up here for Jaden. You mentioned you hope to get to see John Chambers this weekend. I can let you know you won't have to wait too long.
Oh, is he coming next?
He plays next.
Excellent.
Plays for 𝗏𝗏𝗏 next up. Yeah, our lineup for this afternoon session from these group games. John Chambers for 𝗏𝗏𝗏 next. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 will take on John Rowe. And then we're going to have Anthony Morris, one of the qualifiers, taking on our number 2 seed in Declan Brennan, Andy Williams and Liam White. Luke Gilbert will take on the buzzer, Brian Halcrow. That is your afternoon lineup. Tonight, though, we have some big hitters coming. All the top stars, everywhere you look.
Just for a second now, I thought he'd sailing very close to that middle, but he's played it very well. The thing here, I mean, you could deep screw this and come right into the bottom rail and back up for that black ball, but Jaden's not going to be taking that risk. He's just going to pull the cue ball just past the red so he can cut it into the corner. Just have a look at it, though. I'd come all the way down the table.
I like your shot, Tony. I'll be honest with you. The window's massive in comparison. Yeah, so does he.
I'd have played it a bit harder than that. I'd like to come off the bottom rail and back up the table. But long black into the corner for 2-0. No mistake from Jaden Billingham. And it's a young Midlander.
And that, I know that's a very small sample size in terms of his composure out there, but you know, he's taken a second or two there just to look at his windows. You know, he's just, his original thought was, I'm going to pull it back 6 inches, and then he's like, okay, this
it's a tricky black ball.
It becomes a tricky 8 ball, and you can miss that window. It wasn't massive, and just screw it out of the way and give yourself a guaranteed shot. The way he played it, he was always going to have an 8 ball.
Yeah. Yeah, he made the right decision. Increases his lead. Big break now this for Ben. Doesn't want to do what he did in his opener and go in off.
He does have a big break, so he didn't showcase it on the first one. Also not shown it here. He does actually hit this one an awful lot better. The control was there, but almost like it ripped so much, it took us some of the power out of it, although there's still, look at the replay, there's still plenty.
Yeah, just a little cut with the yellow into the top right-hand corner, I think, for Jaden. I think it looks a bit thinner than it actually is. That's no problem for Billingham. Look at it now, this is a pretty open table. And this might well be 3-0. This is ideal for Jaden because he keeps Ben very cold, still sat in his seat. He's not had much to go out. Yeah, he had a half chance in the last frame, but he's okay. Yeah,
I think he's okay.
I think he can get past, can he?
I don't think he can.
Or he goes cushion first.
He might have to, but that takes away some of the control. I don't think he's got anything else.
He's looking at cushion first, and he thinks he might have the angle to go behind that yellow as well, off the bottom rail. The pot's pretty comfortable. It's getting the cue ball behind the other yellow is the big thing. Oh, it's brilliant. Absolutely. He's put a load of right-hand side on that. It's a brilliant shot.
Still got to recover from it, though. That little graze on the yellow means he's landed quite straight. So he's going to be playing the next one from distance.
I wonder if he could get up through the gap of the black ball and one of those reds there and play the yellow into the top right now.
Just takes his medicine, doesn't he? Oh, if he's got that small gap to top left, that would be lovely. That really would, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah. I think he might have, you know.
Oh, he has.
Oh, that's end of frame.
Just got to be careful where the 7 goes. That's the only thing.
You've got to make sure you pinch enough of the cue ball to bring it past the red and not just bump into it, because you could snook yourself. But the way Jaden's cueing this morning. Hello, what's he done with the cue ball?
Cue ball.
Well, it stayed up, but it's not very nice now either.
Yeah, because you can't dig here. And I think the natural line is not a good one here. He's got to be close to an off here, isn't he? Oh, so good. Holds up his hang to get a little extra nudge, but
I think you deserve it with that pot.
yeah.
And just when Ben Doyle. Yeah, I'll just leave out the E in the end. Just when he thought he was going to get to the table, Billingham has absolutely
See how thick
kicked him in the stomach there badly.
Look how thick he potted that to get the angle to get the red. If he pots that centre pocket, he misses that red. Wow, what a start this is for the teenager. Just continuing, isn't he? Fabulous stuff.
I mean, that will hurt Ben more than it would have done if he'd just taken them out normally, because he's giving him a glimmer of hope, getting back to the table with a bad positional shot and then pulled.
It does hurt more, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that break. This break's warming up as well, Tony. That's not a good sign for the rest. That's
no, it's potted 4 yellows.
4 yellows, and he'll go reds.
Have to go reds. Can't pot a yellow. You want to kick into those 2 balls on the bottom right-hand side of the table early doors, like now. Brilliant.
Yeah, and now the layout is lovely. Although, does he have an easy next ball? Not sure if he can see the one bottom left or left centre. He can, he's okay.
Because of the layout of the reds, that little flick on that yellow there, pushing the cue ball, it didn't matter where it was going to land, he's always going to be on one.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing that could really go wrong there was pushing the yellow onto the red, creating another problem, but he didn't play at that sort of pace. So.
Yeah, Billingham spoilt for choice.
First shot was all about opening up the balls. Second shot was just about getting into the middle of the table. Now he picks his route. They're a little bit short, or he's come a little bit far. He's fine. He's fine. He's already planning his 8-ball here. It was actually probably ball in hand where he wanted to be, the way he played it previously.
Yeah, he just screws the cue ball up about 5-6 inches. Not even bothered with that. I thought it might come back a little bit, but he can just drop this in dead weight. Down she goes, 4-0.
Pro Series champion continues. Ben Doyle can really be forgiven for wondering when he's going to get an opportunity himself. I know he had the half chance in frame 2, but you put all the preparation in, all the effort, the travel over from Ireland, and you sit there and just have a closer watch of.
Yeah, I was watching him last night, actually having a knock, and when I got to the venue, and he was out there for a couple of hours, and he's practicing his break. And his patterns, and then, like you say, you put all that effort, he's put a nice couple of hours in, got to the venue the day before, sat there, and there's nothing you can do.
But the good news is this is obviously a different format. This isn't a single elim like we have in the Pro Series. This is group stages. This is a race to 6. You've got to play 5 of them. He'll have his opportunities. If you can't not make it through a top 3 from 6 and say it was through to lack of opportunity. So, he may not get the chances in this match, but you can't get frustrated by that. He's going to have to respond and go and get the business done in the other 4 matches. We don't really know how he's playing, to be honest with you. The chance he had in frame 2 was, he had no chance at the first visit, and then he had that tough double that would have won him a frame, and that's it.
3-5, Ben Doyle to break. 24 frames to nil.
Yeah, and he's not had his break working at all.
Yeah, still, I don't feel like he's quite getting the hit right. It's not
as much power as he normally uses.
Normally, it just it looked different. And I know
it's an explosion.
The last 2 breaks have been very, very good, but they're not Ben Doyle's break. He's got a bigger break than that.
These breaks have been very good for Jaden Billingham.
My take on it is that he's just a tip low, maybe. Just getting a little bit too much rip into it, and they're not really exploding on him. They're kind of coming out okay. I mean,
I think he looks like he's taken some off it.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. So tricky layout here for Jaden. A couple of problems, well, one major problem, the one the cue ball's nearest now. The rest actually are okay.
He's got on the one just below the black ball.
I think he was possibly playing on one to top right to try and get the breakout, maybe. He is on the bottom one, though.
Yeah, the thing is you can't just run the cue ball down. I think it collides into the yellow that's at the bottom of the table. I think he's got to deep screw this out.
That's quite a lot of... You've got to get a lot of work on this.
No, you can't get past.
Yeah.
So, well, looking at that angle, I thought he's going to go wide
Yeah.
into the yellow.
Yeah, just did
Very
enough, wasn't it?
deceiving.
Played it with loads of check side just to avoid the yellow as well, and it really gripped on him. He's actually come up a little bit too far.
That's the beauty of this cloth, though. You couldn't do that on the old tables.
No, it would have slid on you, wouldn't it? It does grip a lot more. Oh, he's taking the thinner one on, or no, he's taking the double on. Oh, beautiful.
I mean, if you're Benny, you sat there completely disheartened, or you think, well, this is gone now, I've got to just dig myself out of a big hole later in other matches.
I mean, yeah, you just have to be patient, don't you? But it's hard. It's demoralising when your opponent is making the game look so easy. Especially as the group we talked about. You know, it's such a tough group. It's going to be 3 from 6 rather, but 4 professionals. But the 4 professionals in this group have all shown form this year. Certainly the other 3 to Ben.
Well, I think
Ben's perspective.
I think he's playing to get on that red into the middle, you know. He's come back too far. He can still take it to the bottom left, I'm sure. And he can just run that in and play the black into the bottom right. No problem for Jaden. This for 5-0. Never looked like missing.
Yeah, it's just high quality stuff. You do kind of wonder what's a player like Jaden how's his response to doing, you know, something so incredible and winning in the Pro Series last time out. You know, how is he going to respond to that? Is there a level of expectation that in his own mind, I mean, he's had that expectation on him from the outside for a long time now, actually. There's a lot of people that believe in him, but which is great, but also adds expectation. But his response, albeit a small sample size here, is he looks better than ever.
He's completely unfazed by it. He does come out and he always looks like it's just another day at the office. Nothing, no big fuss. I'm just going to come out and play pool.
Yeah. No golden breaks in play, so let's not get excited. Although, look at this layout.
Yeah, he's still at the table.
I'd be very, very surprised if he doesn't win 6-0 in this visit. My word. could go wrong. Difficult to tell.
I think he can still squeak through. I think he'd just by his reaction there as he looked, I think he's just on it. 1 millimetre more. Well, I don't know though. It's put in the face, but he's still going to play it.
Yeah, he was fine. He was okay. I'll tell you what, Tony, in a group, you know, we've talked about the quality of this group. Frame difference could be a big factor in it as well. See the top 3 go through, top 1, whoever finishes top of the group will go through straight through to the last 32, which is a big bonus. But a 6-0 win and a 6-0 loss for Ben could be huge when we get to the back end of the group. Statement start here.
And nothing Ben Doyle could have done about this. This is an incredible performance by Jaden Billingham. And he wins 6-0.
Very, very special from the young superstar, and he really is a young superstar. The Pro Series champion just continues on. Fabulous stuff. We'll continue on as well. We've got plenty more action from the European Open coming up, and hopefully we're going to get a few words with Jaden as well, so stay with us.